morning to you. This is the business news on WAVE of M91.7 Port Harcourt. I am Excel Uwaezuoke. The federal government has approved a 30% increase in the consolidated salary structure of non-academic staff in federal universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. The move is aimed at easing long-standing labor tensions and boosting morale across Nigeria's tertiary education system. The approval comes after years of agitation by non-academic staff unions, particularly the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union, over salary disparities and unpaid allowances. It also follows approval of a 40% pay rise granted by the Academic Staff Union of Universities by the federal government. The federal government has earmarked 1.371 billion naira in the 2026 appropriation bill for the prosecution of the Boko Haram terrorism and related cases under the Federal Ministry of Justice, representing a sharp increase from the 530 million naira approved for similar cases in 2025. It was observed that the 2026 provision was drawn from the appropriation bill details, as the Budget Office of the Federation had yet to release the detailed breakdown of the 2026 budget recently signed by President Bola Tinubu. The budget includes 5.41 trillion naira for defense and security, reflecting the government's continued focus on tackling insecurity. Analysis shows that the security allocation represents about 7.9% of the total 68.32 trillion naira budget. The federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency, has raised the alarm over the increasing number of fire incidents linked to improperly installed rooftop solar photovoltaic systems across the country. A public notice signed by the Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation stated the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency has observed with serious safety concern the increasing number of fire incidents allegedly linked to improperly installed rooftop solar photovoltaic systems across the country. The agency directed members of the public to engage the services of qualified and NEMASA certified solar PV system installers only. It stressed that these certified professionals possess the necessary skills, experience, and knowledge of technical standards and regulations. On the foreign, global oil prices rose on Monday in morning trade in Asia after President Donald Trump said the U.S. has intercepted and seized an Iran-flagged cargo ship. It came after Iran said it was closing the Strait of Hormuz waterway again to commercial vessels and that any ship that approaches it will be targeted. Brent crude futures were up by 4.74% at $94.66 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate was at 5.6% high at $88.55. Energy markets have seen wild swings since the US and Israel attacked Iran on 28 February, and Tehran responded with threats to target shipping in the strait, through which about 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas passes. On the foreign exchange market, one US dollar traded for 1,430 naira at the parallel market, while the British pound is selling for 1,920 naira. Meanwhile, 1 euro traded 1,603 naira at the same platform. Moving on to the crude market, a barrel of Brent crude similar to Nigeria's Bonny Light traded for $90.30, an increase of 0 cents or 0%. Similarly, the West Texas Intermediate sold for $82.59, an increase of 0 cents, an appreciation of 0%. And that's business news on Daybreak Nigeria this morning, compiled by Ayo Dungberu. You can also listen to us on WAVE of M917.com. For pictures and stories of the news, follow us on Facebook and X at 917 WAVE of M, and at WAVE917FM on Instagram and Threads. Remember, Nigeria is our only country. We should join hands to make it great. I am Excel Uwaezuoke. Good morning, and thank you for listening.